Well, everyone, thanks for coming to today's DACA meeting for the month of July. A couple of notes. We will not be having a meeting next month with it being the fair time. And so, personally, I have stuff I need to get done for fair. And so, so keep an eye out for the upcoming event in our meeting in September. Um, Today, we have Tushar Patel going to do a presentation for us on Tosca. Tosca is what they consider a scriptless automation tool that Tushar and I use at work. And so he's going to give us a presentation and give us a little update about a little intro to himself and then start the presentation. If you have questions, either feel free to raise your hand during the presentation to ask, or you can put them in the chat, and Dustin and I can monitor it and let Shar know when there's a question comes up. So with that, Shar, go ahead and take things over.
Sure, Mike. Thanks. Good evening, everyone.
Hi, how's it going?
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we got it.
So I captured a couple of documents just for the reference purposes. I didn't make any presentation, but just you guys understand what is the Tosca. So this is the automation tool, and we can use for different purpose. They have all different modules. They will start from requirements, test case design, test case, execution list, and they also add the one more new modules as well as two. So let me give you intro. So basically we can perform the either API or any GUI testing, and is a commercial tool. Is not open source tool, and compared to other tools is a little bit expensive. We can perform the API, mobile testing, service test, this design, or whatever, like a database testing as well as we can do with the Tosca. And compared to other tool for the testing is a very fast and very accurate. So if we want to automate like any application or any only single page, so if people have different backgrounds, so if I give you example of Selenium or something, so to automate the one page, it will take at least consider the whole day, because we have to create the repository, we have to find the path and write the script, everything. But compared to this, Tosca is a very accurate. Within, if people know the Tosca, within 1 or 2 hours, they can automate the whole page, all functionality. So let me give you a couple of how the it looks. So this is the base. I give you some roughly demo. So we can gather the requirements here as well as two. We can create the test case as well as two. And the same time, we can run the execution. We can generate the report as well as two. So this is the way we can see. I put the requirement. We can attach the requirement to the test case. I can attach the requirement as well as the execution list as well as two. And so why Tosca is very famous nowadays? Because it is the risk-based testing and is a model-based testing. So depends on the functionality, we can prioritize the how much the weight of the functionality, and we can attach that requirement to the test case, and depends on the attachment, the Tosca will run all the test case. If we weighted the functionality, whatever the weighted more, they automate that test case first. So that's why they call risk-based testing. That's why. So these are all some couple of modules on the Tosca. These are the like test case design, model-based, test data, risk-based, and like suppose all kind technology. Is a Java, is a JavaScript, we can do the mobile, if there is Android or Apple or mainframe. Then we can go with any browser, either is a Internet Explorer, Mozilla, or the Chrome. Just we have to change the just browser name, that's it. I will not give you like too much in deep demo, otherwise I can't give you exactly how the Tosca works. So I just give you a little bit overview. And the behind the scene, how the Tosca exactly work. So they have a common repository and we have a Tosca commander. So if we have 5 testers, so whatever the end of the day, they can check in and check out whatever the work they have. So each people have their own repository, so they can check in and then check out. And we can then common repository we can build with the server. So all the data we can save over there. So this is the way it works. So like the license server and the Tosca executor. And this is a couple of the protocol they give you here. So this is a little bit architect type. And so once we open the Tosca commander is connected with the T-Box platform. And these are multiple screen layers. You can see the X browser. So as soon as the Tosca commander open in the behind the backend side, it will automatically capture whatever the browser is open. And depends on the browser, it will capture all the properties based on that application. So this is some architecture of this Tosca. So let me open the Tosca, guys. Okay, so here is the things. So this is the front page of the Tosca. So as soon as you open the Tosca, this is the things. On the left hand side, I can see the project. So this is called my workspace. So this is my one and this is my demo one. So if we go to the project, we can see here like information regarding all this. We can back up and restore, and there is the new. So start the beginning, we have to create our own workspace. So based on here, we have to, this is mostly the Tosca recommends the SQL Server or SQLite. But here I will not go with this one. I'm just creating the own. So option, we can give whatever the name. And once we click the OK, sorry, in the backend, automatically create the workspace. So I already create the workspace because it will take some time. So I will not create the new one. So this is my workspace. This is the front page. Okay, so these are the first page of the Tosca. We can see here there are different modules here. We start with the test case, modules, requirements, test case design, execution, and the issue. Issue means like if we go with the Jira or defect or something. And this is the scratchbook. So nowadays, mostly people are not using the requirement section and the issue, but some people use, depends on the project. But these all our sections are good to work. If we want to go with the whole this or Tosca, we don't have to go with any other tool. We can do everything only in one tool. So here we can see couple of modules like a project, my area. Here we can see all the different modules we can pop up here. Import and export subset. So if somebody using the Tosca and my same project, a different project, if I want to import the test case or export the test case, I can do as well as from here, these two buttons. And in olden days, my people know the Selenium ID was, I think now is the deprecate is not working more. So how we can use the run, how we record and do the script. So based on that one, Tosca have one more facility. It's called explore is like a manual or the automated test case. It's the same thing, recording line. As soon as we open it, we can open any application or whatever we can do on the back end. Just we have to click everywhere wherever we want to do it. But on the real base scenario, people are not doing use that too much. So let me cancel this part. So let me start with the requirement section first. So these are some folders. So let me, okay. So if I want to create the new requirements, so I will give you some name. Let me give you the Tushar, my name, or I give you the, well, let me give the this one. So on the requirements section, we can gather the requirements. I can put the requirements as well as here. So right click here, I can click it. You can see this icon here. I can give the name here. Like today I will show you which application we're gonna automate it. So let me show this one. So so the TestNG tool is made by the so they have a demo website here. So I will give you some demonstration on this all the application here. So go with the Tosca here. So we will start with this page. So let's start with the basic section, like go with the login part. We can go with any part categories. So I just give you some simple example, the login. So we can put the here section, we can give you the login. And the same thing, I can put the requirement like we have ID, and I can go with the password. And based on the functionality, we have to weight it. So mostly they have a two part, is frequency class and the damage class. So depends on how important this functionality is. Like if this functionality is broken, so how the severe the damage is going to happen to the application. So Tosca give you depends from 1 to 5 scale. We can give the points over here. So if I give you 4, and we can give the damage, how the damage can be happen to this functionality and how is impact to the application. So if I give you 3 points, so based on that, it automatically calculate the weightage here. And same thing, I'm just giving example. So on the backend side, we can see here, and as soon as I right click here and I will update the automatic values, it is asking me the Tosca want to calculate how much the risk or how much the weightage of this functionality is there. So is now is one more column is popular is the execution state. So this column, like once we write the test case and once we want to execute, and so we can attach our test case here to the requirement section. And once we run those test case, and based on that one, it will populate the result here. So we can use the requirement section as well as to, I will not give in too much depth because Mostly we are not using requirement section as a QE. So let me go with the important parts. Here is the modules. So the module is the heart of the Tosca. This is the main importance. Like as we write the scripts, so over here, we scan the modules. So these are some standard modules is already coming built from the TestNG. I will show you how we can use those ones. There are so many modules. And so let me start with, I will create another just module. I will give you test. So this is our application here. So I know that this application is based on the Java. So here is the Tosca, and if we want to write any test case or anything, first we need the module. Before the module, we can't do anything here. So let me do this functionality first. So go with here, and this is the another section called test case, and let me create one just module. Okay, so test, and module has, my folder has been created. And start from beginning, I want to create a test case. So we can see here all are different functionality here. This is called the test case, and this is the business test case. This is library blocks. I will show you how to create it. These are test configuration parameter. I also as well as show you how to do this one. And this is recovery scenarios. So let me create the test case. I will give you the name. I can give you the automate the demo application. So I create the test case. I give you the name here, and from beginning. So we know that the first step always is we need to open the application. So to open the application, we have to open the URL. So that one I told you first, either we can scan the application and we can get the URL, and other option the TestNG people give you, go to standard module. These are different modules. Like if we open the basic window operation. So these are already inbuilt modules given by the TestNG people. So just example, if somebody want to take a screenshot while they run the script, they can use the send keys, the window operation. Like I want to open any particular URL, we can also go with this one. And some buffer operation, I will show you this one. There are so many, I can't give you in each detail. So I just give you the whatever are necessary for the tool. So I will give you the HTML, and there is a called open the URL. So this module has been already created by the TestNG people. So you can see here, these are all the properties already created here. Just we need to drag this module and go to the test case and just drop on the here. That's it. We have nothing to do here. We can, as soon as I open this one, we can see here whatever the module here, these all are now comes in my test case. So now first step is to open this URL. So we have to just get the URL. So I will capture here. I copy the URL, I close it, and I just put it here and just paste it. So now my URL is ready to automate. Now, second things, which browser we need it. So for the browser part, so mostly configuration part. So these all are configuration I already created, but if you want to see, I can show you here. So here's the configuration part. So in real base scenario, we can create the module as well, configuration. I can give you the name here. I give you the just name test or something. And as soon as I open the test here, so right click here and I can add the configuration parameter here. I can give the URL name. This is a URL. If I want to give the what's my user ID, I can go with the password. And another important parts, which browser we're gonna use. So I can give another parameter is called browser. So here my configuration are done. So depends on, you guys know that based on if I need this parameter, just drag and drop on my test case here. As soon as I drop it, it will take it. But right now I already have a demo, but you guys can do it. That's it. Yeah. So I can do it. You can see here, I have a 2 parameter here. I can use both anyone. So let me. Okay. So these are configuration parameter. So I already put the URL here. I can put the browser. I'm going to use the Internet Explorer. If somebody was use the Chrome or Mozilla, they can use whatever they want. And ID and password I'm going to use for this application. So this is my ID and password. Just for I will show you. So let me go home and let me close the Chrome. I don't need the Chrome. Okay. So now go details here. So we already put the application here, and we already in the configuration parameter, I already put the Internet Explorer here. So here is the things URL. Okay. So now as soon as I click here, the application has to be open. Right click and run. And we can see here, if the test case is passed, it has been come in the green color. If his fail, is come in the red color. So we can see here, the application has been open here. Let me open one more time. I'll show you. So we have test case, right click, and we can run in a Sketchbook. So Sketchbook, when we want to run any test case in a local, we use the Sketchbook. When we have a bunch of whole like a regression, a whole suite, we want to run, we use the execution list. So this is the execution list folder. Same thing, same scenario, create a new folder. We can give the name. We can create the test case here. Yeah, same scenarios. And just we need to drag and drop whatever the test case you created on the things. That's it. Very easy. So this is execution list. So let's go to back. Sorry.
There's a couple questions out here in the chat.
Okay, sure.
One of them was about being able to test
Okay.
using mobile
Let me ask
applications
him.
instead of
Sure.
GUI. And that's where we use the legacy scan. And then there's, can we parameterize the URL input using an Excel spreadsheet?
Yes.
Can you see the chat?
Yeah, I'm okay. Let me answer the question one by one. So first question from guy, okay. So how would someone use this to test a COBOL application that has no GUI? Okay. So you are talking about the mainframe?
That was first question. No, not the mainframe. Because there's a legacy scan that you can use to do like script to scan like green screen pages, mainframe pages, screens, so that you can.
Yes. So they're asking how we know there or what kind tool we like, which like example you're asking this one, Mike? Like your voice is breaking down. Okay, new message. Okay. Okay, so you are want to test the backend, some application that don't have a GUI. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So that application have no GUI. So you are talking about the like but how we know like we need any desktop or is a web-based application, how the application is there. So if the application is there, so based on the application, there are multiple like engines here. Okay. So let me show you my this answer. So like example, as you mentioned that the application have a COBOL or something. So based on that one, if you, I will show you this one. This all are the option here, the application, and we can see here, this all are apps option comes here. So like if any application have a, like a, just like a mainframe or something, so we can go with the legacy scan. Okay, I will automate one. Let me show you one page, then you ask me a question. Okay, 1 second, hold on. Let me go to the back. Okay, so now let me go to the application. Okay, I'm gonna scan the couple of page and then you can ask me a question. Yeah. Okay, so the application is open. Now we want to be scan any functionality here. So go to the Tosca, go to the modules. We already create the folder, right click here, right click and go to the applic scan and go to the application. Now in the backend, Tosca is capture. First we'll ask you which page do you want to automate. So on this screen, you can see here, whatever the pages are open, the pages are generated here. Yeah, this all are windows are open on my this PC. So this is the we want to automate. So this page, right click here, they have a bunch of options. Okay, if the page have a HTML page, if any page have no any UI or UI, we can go with this option. Even in the beginning, if we don't know what kind of application is there, then we have to give an and try. Then we have to use, firstly, Tosca recommend this first option, HTML one. Okay, and if you scan this page and even any page has no any functionality here, okay, let me show you, then you can ask me. So I will click on this page, scan. Now Tosca will capture in the backend, it will capture all the functionality, whatever the on this page. So let me open maximize. You guys see here, these all are functionality are available on this page. Maximize here. It capture all the functionality automatically on the backend. So these all are here. Is from register on. If you want to see, highlight on the section and one by one you can see here. If I click register, the register button is highlighted. Login button highlighted, shopping cart highlight, recent list highlight. This is the search box. This is the search. This is the books here. So the come on the question, if you says there have any GUI or something like that, so to scan the page or something, we need front any application or the page, and then Tosca will capture all the elements or whatever the function available on this page. So these are the functionality. On the right hand side, we can see here, these all are the properties. So Tosca can, okay. Can you explain the question a little bit? I don't understand your question. Like a crunch data, I don't understand that part. Like you want to pass the, okay, you want to pass the different data on the application. So you want to, okay, cycle processing overnight means you want to be run the multiple test cases, or you, because I am right now I'm scanning the application. Okay, so as a programmer developer code, they want to able to test them. Okay, so developer depends on the project. If developer use the same tool, they can use it. Yeah, they can use it. Yeah, when developer unit testing for unit test purpose, they can also use the same tool as well as tool. So like they may, you asking me a question, developer makes any update on this particular any application or any GUI, and actually I'm not understand getting your question, sir. Can you talk with me so I can ask the question? Okay, sure, yeah. Okay, so this is the page and you can see here, so Tosca can automate, capture all the elements, and this is the for function. So this is the properties, anchor. We can also go with the anchor. We can go with the image based control. I think so, as my experience, I never see any tool we can go with the image based control. Like Tosca can capture, or he can work on the this capture graphics image as well as too. Sometime any application or we want to click or some we want to function, and but sometime developer they don't make any basically any codes or something, so our tool cannot click or make any function, so we can go with the image based control as well as too. So these are main four properties Tosca work on the backend side. So let me show you, because okay, so just example I show you. If I want to, we can go, this is the property Tosca capture by itself automatically, but I don't need all properties, I just need couple of. So they have option, select on the screen, and you can click here, login. I want to click the search, I want to click this search, I want to either go with the shopping cart, I go with the books, I go with the computers. Just example. Now, after this part done, we can see here. So login is selected because we need this functionality. And this is the functionality it choose. We can see here, they have option XPath as well as two. We have a title, we have tag, we have inner text, because we can see here inner text. So these all are properties Tosca captured by itself. There were more properties. We can go as well as to here. If you see, there are more properties here as well as to. But we recommend here. So we can see here. Okay. So these are the properties. Okay, we can see here. So inner text, shopping cart, search. Okay, the book is highlighted in yellow. Is yellow color, that means is not unique identified. So we need to make it unique. So we can also go with the X path. You can see here, as soon as I click the X path, is becoming green. So that means this is unique. Computers, I can go with the X path as well as 2. So these all are bunch of properties will automatically, but Tosca recommends that mostly we'll go with the unique properties that will not change every time. Like some functionality we can see on the backend side, number popular 1, 2, 3 or something like that. So let me click, okay. So save, close. Now we go to the Tosca here and it is finished. Now we can see here, this module has been scanned here. We can see the also the screen capture, the whatever we scan, it will come automatically on here, just for our reference purposes. So these are the I captured in my here. So now how to use this one? So simple, drag, go to test case and grab on the test case. That's it. Here we can see here. Now what kind of performance you, if you want to click on the login, go here, click, they have option, this option will come automatically, click or right click. Now Tosca have a more function comes. These are the default function come, but if somebody wants to do the like right click or double click, if they have right click here, I would double click. So just curly bracket, put the D, you can see here, double click here. These are functionality we have to enter. Double click, we can make double click, but basically by default, they have two functionality, click or the right click. I will go with the click here, same thing, right click, run a sketchbook. We can see here, mouse can go and click on the login button. See here, we can see here. Tosca recommends that, okay, same thing we can do. Okay, now we can see a login option is open here. So I will not give you each in detail. There are so many, but I will give you some overall demo, couple of things. So, okay, so now we can see here. So these are steps are captured inside. Okay. Okay. And there are other facilities like we can create the library blocks. Like if we have a 5 or 10 tester come on the same project. So if somebody has to use the same step every time, okay, so we can create the reference library blocks. I can create the blocks and I just drag this box here. Here we can see here, and if I want to create a reference library, right click here, library blocks has been created. I put the reusable step, whatever need. I just copy those steps, put it here, and I can, let me cut it. I can put on the top. So this is my library blocks. Okay. So library blocks are very simple to use. If somebody wants to use those 2 or 5 steps, I can add the 10 steps in the usable library blocks. If tomorrow I want to create the one more test case, I create another test case here. I close this one. Okay. And if I want to use the same performance, just drag this block, drop here. That's it. And it automatically get the library blocks created. Depends on the, we can change the business parameters like in more depth functionality. Like if this is the application, somebody was testing the search box and they want to enter the all different products here. So like sometimes we use the Excel sheet, or sometimes we use the some notes or some tools, so we can capture all the different data here. So for that purpose, they have another facility is called test case design. These are very important functionality for this one. I will give you very quick demo. We can create the test sheet here. I just give you, because by example, I am testing the login functionality. I can create the, I give the ID name here. I give another attribute, it got password, and I can pass the different data is called, okay, just example, I give you Tushar, I can add the one more, I add the, suppose Anjali, I can add the Thomas. I'm just giving example, and some I give different password here. I give you 1 2 3 4. I can give you, okay, for my experience, this is the one of the best functionality Tosca has, because sometimes we want to pass the different data, we have to write the so many codes, so many scripts, but for here is very easy, very simple. Write down the instance and whatever the something like that, and based on there, whatever the combination you want to go, like we can see we have 3 ID, we have 3 password. So Tosca have a facility, right click here, go with the instance and all combination. It will generate the all the combination here. You guys can see here. And how to use this one? Okay, very simple. Go to test case. This is my test case. I can get here. Okay, and this is my, okay, here's the test case. Open URL. Very simple. If I want to use the test case design, we have to convert into the template. Convert the template has been created. We can right click, we can check how the template, any error or something, we can check the template. There is no error found. Okay. Go to the test case design. Very simple, right, drag and drop on the here. As soon as we put it, we can see on the right hand side properties here. Okay, so still, so now test case design has been, schema has been added here. Now we can right click here and we can go to test case and instance. Start instance now. We can see here now we on the back, all the 12 test case has been created automatically. All different data, whatever you using here in test case design, all this we can perform all different user ID password, and we can test it on test cases. It's very easy. So when we are playing with the multiple data, the test case design is one of the best option, really. Very good. It will capture all our different, whatever the option, we can use this one here. Okay, and this is another like issue or login or defect. We can create the defect as well as you here. Like we can create the folder and we can give the name. But mostly I never see anyone using this issue section for the Tosca for the defect purposes. I never saw this one part. Yeah, we can create here. And we can give the severity or priority. How is that one? Depends on the defect. We can use this one here. And okay, so let me show you this couple of standard modules. Okay, so like I gave you the basic window option just for example, window operation. So sometimes we are performing some action and we have like couple of windows are open, like we have some small Java error pops up and we want to perform some action on particular that window. Like we have couple of windows open on the application. So it's very simple, drag, go with the test case, and I can put here, I will put it here. Okay, so like example, So window operation here. So it asking us, this is the application is open. Like I want to minimize this application and I want to work on the different frame or different small, whatever the page is open here. So we can minimize, we can maximize, we can, here is the things. So we need the, what is the application name? So we have a demo is our name. So we can put the caption name here, demo. I can put the asterisk. And here is the function. We can see all the function we can use. We can bring front, we can close, we can maximize, we can minimize, we can wait on close, we resize, whatever I can. If I want to minimize, I can do minimize as well as to. So the application will automatically minimize. That's it. Now it's minimized. So there are a couple of these, all are different modules, and we can go with like we need so much time to work on each section. At least if you want to learn one section, at least I need 3 to 4 hours for each section. But this is the basic overview for the Tosca and how it works. Now you can ask me a question.
How long have you been using this tool?
I'm using like 2.5 years. I don't know, very fast and very speedy, but I cannot cover everything in 1 hour. So I just give you overall demo how the Tosca tool works.
Yeah, it just seemed like you know it pretty well though, and I just wondered what the ramp up time was.
No, it's fine, yeah.
So did you run into any?
Mike, your voice is breaking. Somebody asked, yes, what's the question?
So did you run into any situations where the scan could not identify a specific object or something?
Yes, right. Yeah, yeah. So sometime it happen. Okay, so Tosca facility, mostly we can create our own modules. Okay, but for that one, okay, so we can see the standard modules, and if somebody wants to create their own modules, we can create here. Then we have to create our different properties here. Okay, so like I want to, okay, so you can see here the create the module attribute here. We can create our own module attributor, but then we have to add all the different parameters here. We have to pass different parameters. Okay, and sometimes it happens like any function is very difficult. Tosca cannot capture, but mostly in my experience, even if I want to click somewhere and even there is no any functionality that Tosca can get, I can go with the image based control. And another option I show you, like Tosca, they have a like okay, let me scan another page, like so I can show you. So some applications are without GUI or non-GUI, something like that. We can also go with that part. But here is the things like if properties are not unique identified, so then we can go with the index, because usually index or anchor index, like if I want to select the index part and I can select anything here, select, it will capture whatever the index available on this page. Mostly Tosca can capture everything. Sometimes it happens in our also in our real based scenarios, it happens. So in such happen, then we have to call that TestNG people, and they can help us, and they can build our module for us, and they can give it to us.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So with Tosca being a proprietary tool, is it an on-prem tool or is it something that's hosted by Tosca that you access?
No, actually, they have like different licenses. They have cloud-based license, and they have like premises license. They like a company can buy the license for demo purposes. They give us free trial 15 days. You have to request them. They can give you for 15 days trial. They have to put all the information, and they give you demo for 15-day trial for license purposes. Yeah.
But if you
Yes,
purchase a
right.
license, is your instance of Tosca sitting on-prem behind your firewall, or is it something that you have to go out and call and open a port for in order to access? And it's hosted by Tosca itself.
No, it's Tosca by itself. Yeah, Tosca by itself. Yeah.
So how do you handle PII or PHI data in that regard?
Sorry?
How do you handle PII or PHI data in that regard if it's hosted remotely? I'm assuming you're passing data to that server. Are you passing any PII or PHI data, or do you address that in any way or have any concerns with that?
So you're asking me that like this license is related to the Tosca, or how I pass the data when I use something like that? That's your question?
So when you run your instance of Tosca, if you're sitting at your desk at work
Yes,
and you
yes.
run your instance of Tosca,
Mhm.
I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming you're checking out a license, if you will, logging into their server behind their firewall to create your
Oh,
test.
no, sorry, no. The license belongs to our own, whatever our company, not belongs to them, no. Yeah. They have a cloud-based license as well as we can use that one, but we are not using that one, no. The license becomes to our company. So this depends, is always stay to the company. Yeah.
Okay.
But they have also cloud-based license as well as nowadays. Yeah, if somebody don't want to buy because license is very expensive, so nowadays they also offer the cloud-based license as well as Yeah.
So this looks like primarily a UI testing tool. So if you were to create a test to validate the layout of a UI, for instance, I load that into a regression instance or a CI pipeline and execute that case against the next code release or the code promotion.
Yes.
And when the new instance comes out, can I run that page layout test? And if I have a new, I don't know, we'll say text box, for instance.
Yes.
On that layout,
Yeah.
will Tosca recognize the fact that I have a new object on that page and notify me, or take it a step further and actually create some sort of canned test to execute against that text box and that 256 character restriction, for instance?
Yes, yeah. So like if any function has been changed, so how the Tosca knows that, right? That's your question.
I'm sorry?
If any functionality has been changed and how the Tosca knows that. That's your question?
Yeah, it's more down the line of instead of relying on a dedicated QA to create those individual scripts from an SDEP perspective, empowering Tosca, or does Tosca have the ability to be able to do something more from an ML or AI perspective, to where they're identifying and actually executing it on its own once the base or foundation scripts are created?
Yes, yeah, it can does. Yeah, you can execution list. We can create our own workspace, and we can create the execute mandate. So like on the back end, once we do the CI or pipeline, and if we any test case are fail or something like that, it will generate the report. It will also shoot the email as well as and if any function has been changed, and Tosca want to be like in a example, like tomorrow, this search button has been changed and they change something put somewhere here. Okay. So that time we just need to, we don't need to change everything. We just need to go on that page and we can rescan and we can just change this whatever the location, and we can add there and we can update it. They have an option for update. Everything has been updated because all repositories are together. So if anything has been updated from my side, I update it, update to everywhere. In all test cases being updated. Am I answer a question or?
Thank you.
So Tushar, Tosca supports mobile testing also.
Yes, yeah.
So means like means how does we means how does how do we find the elements for mobile applications with Tosca, like it is displayed? Do we need additional software for that?
Actually, the mobile, I think that license separately comes, because that's why even when I try to scale any application, I can't see here, but we have to just, I remember that we have to download one couple of file, I think maybe APM or something, but the rest of things, everything is same. Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have worked on APM. It uses an application to just view all the mobile screen on the a normal laptop screen. So
Yeah.
I was just wanted to know anything additional, or it is inbuilt with
No,
Tosca.
it is inbuilt, everything inbuilt. As soon as you have the file, whatever they recommend, you have on your machine, you are good to go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I never work on mobile application. I just watch couple of videos, but I know that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. I did a little bit very fast and quickly. I want to cover.
Anybody else have any-
One second, Mike, your voice is breaking. I'm saying that I cover everything very quick, all the modules, because I can't go in too much deep. I just give you overview, what are the modules and how it works. Because there are so many things, I can go with each one, but it takes a lot of time. Yeah, so if next time somebody wants to, I can definitely go and try for one of the modules, if somebody interested. Yeah.
All right, well, if there's no more questions, thanks to Shar for doing the presentation for us.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody, like I said, keep an eye on our next meeting, which will be in September, and we'll post out onto the website and then on LinkedIn, and you'll get the updates. So, thanks everybody for coming, and have a nice rest of your day.